Well, howdy everyone, RS Games here, and today we're back in the small farm series here on Farm Simulator 22 on the Medicine Creek map. So last episode we were working on corn harvest right in the field next to the house. I have since finished that up and I've moved on. I have a buddy over, he started on the soybeans because I do need to get some other tests done around the farm. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be hooking our Alice Chalmers up to the Alice Chalmers disc and cultivator, and we're going to start some fall tillage. I'm not going to go crazy into it. I'd like to get the field across from the farm done. There's a lot of weeds in here. I'd like to get this field ready for spring, and while we're doing that, we're going to probably have to run over and unload the combine as well, because I did promise him that I'd make sure he stayed unloaded. So without further ado, let's hop in the Alice here. Get it fired up. Awesome. Kind of a cold start. It's running pretty good, but boy, she's blowing the smoke. Hopefully it clears up a little bit. I don't think it will. It's got a lot of power. It's got almost 200 horse. This is the big dog of the farm. Now, honestly, I probably picked the Oliver tractor to pull this with. But, I mean, this is the big dog, so why not use it? But the Oliver is currently on the grain cart doing its thing. It's just sitting over there, so that way we can go unload my buddy in the combine when he is full. Soybeans look okay. They're yielding about 85 bushels the acre, so I feel like that's decent enough. My farm's definitely not the most efficient ever, but we're pretty small. It's just a hobby farm, so maybe someday we can make it big and get the best yield, make big money out of it. And this Alice pulls this cultivator like no problem. Eventually we'll get something big, but we got to work up for that. I'd like to try to buy some sort of trailer. I want to try to get propane into my dryer setup, because dry corn, let's just we're gonna save game real quick. So dry corn is selling right now for like 28 a bushel. Actually, that's about the same as regular corn, isn't it? It'll go up to $53. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, never mind. Scratch that. We're not going to be drying our corn. Technically, it'd be a little more realistic, especially since I'm going to be leaving it sit in the bin for... I guess it'd probably be okay. The fans would keep it okay for 2 months. I think we're going to be selling in January, I do believe. Yeah, somewhere in January, February. Best price. I'm really hoping I can capitalize off of the markets. I think the one expansion I definitely need to make this year is definitely going to be a different combine and probably some more land. I can manage with the smaller disc and seeders and planters for now, but the combine is definitely kind of a bottleneck of the operation, and it's time. I mean, that old 7700 is definitely a good combine still, but it could use replaced. I still do have one more cornfield to harvest. I am going to do that sometime before next episode. I know I'm kind of slacking a little bit. I've ran out of time. I'm a busy man, but I will definitely get that done. So hopefully next episode we will for sure be selling our corn, and then the beans we're probably going to have to hang on to till the summer months, but that's okay. The corn will get us a start. It'll get us our inputs for the year. Because one purchase I definitely need to make now that we're harvesting soybeans is there's soybean straw or fodder, whatever, on this map, and I am definitely going to be trying to bale that to get even more money out of it. It's going to be time consuming. I found a baler for about 12 grand. It's a decent sized baler. It's kind of a smaller round baler. I think I'm going to go with the round bales. Honestly are kind of tedious work in this game, but I think for now I'm going to go the round bale route. Eventually I'll probably switch to squares, because squares are a little bit easier to manage as far as like picking them up and dropping them, because the round baler you got to sit and wait for it to do its thing. Squares, it'll just keep shooting them out the bag as fast as you can go. So it's definitely more efficient to be using the square baler. But for right now, they're pretty expensive. They require pretty big tractors for a decent one. I don't really want to be messing with the small squares. So for right now, I'm going to buy that John Deere. I think I think it'll be okay. It'll sit in the field until spring, I'm hoping. I don't really know on the realistic end. If you could leave it out there, it's probably going to go bad. But for a game aspect, it's going to wait until spring. That'll be a spring task before we start planting. Getting all those baled up. You know, if we could get 10 bales off of that field and make an extra 5-10 grand, that'd be awesome. Another purchase I definitely need to look into making is my grain truck. It's okay, but it can't hold a lot, and so I'm going to be spending a lot of time trucking when it comes to the corn selling and soybean selling. So if I can make an upgrade on that aspect, that'll be money well spent. So honestly, I was talking about a combine, but now that I'm thinking about it, a new semi or a grain truck of some sort is definitely the route I need to take, because it'll be the most effective way. So I think my current setup can only hold, I want to say, like 450 bushels in that grain truck, which is okay, but it's not a lot. It's a lot of trips back to the farm from the field. And honestly, we could kind of look right now, I suppose. Get kind of a game plan going. I don't know if I want to go a truck route and then just get a trailer. I mean, that L8000's $24.50, and I think I got some decent. I think I got an older trailer that we could get, the Mauer, for 40 grand. So we could have 60 grand into a decent setup. Yeah, because that's getting too big at that end. So yeah, if I could get this Mauer and a truck, I could go the gravity wagon route too, and get a few gravity wagons. But honestly, I don't know. Gravity wagons are okay, but I need to expand the operation. We don't want to just keep buying equipment that we're going to have to just replace eventually anyways. Might as well make it an upgrade that I can use for several seasons. Wow, look at her just chug along. That's a good screenshot moment there. Perfect. All right, and the combine is getting full. I will wait for him to fill up. Now, as you can see on the courseplay monitor, that field is going to take 2 hours and 10 minutes. That is why I have it rocking on courseplay. I can get some other stuff done while that's rocking. Yeah, it's costing me some money. So I should say my buddy. It's going to take him 2 hours. It's gonna cost me some change, but I think it's gonna be worth it because I'm able to get some of this done, and it'll be ready to rock for spring. I should have checked to see if it needed lime. I forgot to do that step. I don't know if I don't know. It might need lime. Let's see. Does this field technically need lime? I hope not. No, we're good. So I could drop down a rate of fertilizer. All right, and my buddy just called. He is full, so I'm gonna meet you guys over at the combine. I'm gonna go get over there and start getting him unloaded. All right, so we're over here. We hopped in the Oliver. Such a good tractor, and yes, he pretty much has a full grain tank on him. Don't want to get none of them cab beans. And he thinks we can try to do this unload on the go thing. We're both pretty new to this, so we're gonna try it anyways. Give it our best attempt. And he took off a lot faster than I did. All right, we just gotta try to sync our speeds up a little bit here. He has almost made 2 complete headland passes, so that's not too bad to get a full combine off of 2 headland passes. That's going to work out pretty good. Another thing is the neighbor farm was gracious enough to let us drive through our field. You have to go through his field to get to my field, and he was nice enough to let us come through his field. He had already got it harvested and everything. He's done for the year. He's got big equipment and can really make things happen quick. I unfortunately I'm on the smaller side of the operation. So we it takes us a little bit of time to get around to getting everything harvested. All right, and we are kind of having a difficulty syncing up our speeds here, fortunately. But it is leaving a nice soybean swath, or the chaff. I don't know, what do you call this? Soybean straw? We'll just rock with that. It's leaving a nice swath of that, so we should have some decent bales coming out of this field, I hope. Oh, I was kind of blocking him there. Sorry, buddy. Alright, are you unloaded yet? You're just about there. Now he's going slow. He needs to make up his mind. Are we going to go fast or are we going to go slow? Fast or slow? Man, oh, I'm cutting him off. I think that's part of the issue. Having duals on this tractor is kind of making it difficult. If I had singles on it, then it probably would work a little bit better. But unfortunately, I cannot afford to take some time and swap out the singles. We just got to get this harvest done. We're already pushing our luck for timing anyways. Alright, let's get him completely unloaded here because he's going to start on the north-south passes here. Alright, yeah, I'm blocking you. I'm sorry. Okay. He's pretty... Oh, I'm all caught up. We're going to pretend like that didn't happen. Alright, he is mostly unloaded there. So we're going to pull the oliver back over to the truck, and I might as well just start dumping it. Actually, I don't want to... Yeah, I'll start unloading it into the grain truck here. That way we can start getting the load ready. Alright, I'm going to get this unloaded into the truck, and then I'll see you guys back in the other field doing some cultivating. Oh, okay, back over here now. We're chugging right along here. This field, we might actually be able to get another one started yet today. This thing goes a little faster than what the combine did when I was harvesting this field. And we got a little bit of wider working width here. I am gonna be rather stoked to get done with harvest. It's been a long harvest season. No major breakdowns or anything. Okay, he is having issues. This tree is just... Alright, we're gonna pretend like that he's smart enough to know to back up and drive around this tree. This is one of the issues using courseplay. Sometimes it's it's gonna get him messed up, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna have to go like this. Alright, I don't exactly know where the starting point was. Okay, so he's supposed to do the headlands. And maybe he's gonna start right here. Gosh, I don't know. I think the green dot means that's a starting area. We'll try it. He was heading this way for some reason, so maybe that's where he wanted to start at. Maybe this is the last spot. I don't know for sure. But we'll get him started anyways. Alright. Gonna start going here. Alright, he should be able to figure it out now. No, maybe not. I don't know where you were going. Maybe? I don't know where he was going, to be honest with you. Okay, he kind of thinks he knows where he's going now. 770 of 4093. Okay, I definitely started him in the wrong spot. Oh well. Alright. Now back to cultivating. Horseplay kind of makes me scratch my head sometimes. I don't really know every detail to it. I just I know how to create the course and let it start rocking. This thing definitely does not purr as much as that old Oliver. The Oliver has a nice sound. Getting a nice workout though. It's got plenty of horsepower for this cultivator. I can't believe how much horsepower this requires. It requires 140 horsepower. It's kind of going deep a little bit. So far, I'm really digging this series. It's kind of a little bit slower paced for me than how I normally play Farm Sim. I'm using all this small equipment, actually kind of having to work a little bit more. And it's kind of fun. If you guys have not done that yourself, I definitely recommend it. I mean, we all see the small equipment on the mod sites, and we always download it because it's cool. If you got the small equipment, start up a save on a good map, and just run small equipment and start working towards bigger stuff. I've got a lot of big aspirations right now for some nice equipment. I think this is episode 3 already, and we are going to be finishing up harvest this episode. Finally. So it's a little bit slower pace. Before I could just about knock out a harvest in an episode between some different jumps and some time lapsing. We will get to that stage eventually. I'd also like to think about buying some new land too. Ooh, it looks like that field needs lime. Okay. Where am I going here? No, went in the wrong spot. I'm gonna have to look at some dry box spreaders, I think. I don't know if ooh, that's expensive. 25 grand for it. It's a decent sized spreader though. I'm gonna have to look at getting one of those for some lime. We're gonna have to put lime in that field. I wanna try this next season. I've been doing a lot of research and I wanna try to get the best yielding crops that I can. I mean, granted, there's a lot that plays into that, you know, the weather and everything. But if I can get some decent yields this next year, this could really accelerate the farm quite a bit more. And I think this next year as we roll in, I should be able to make enough profit that I can maybe take farming full time. Currently have a job down at the co-op, and if I can take farming full time, I think I'd be better off. Oh yeah, it's doing a nice job. Very nice job. Breaking up them corn stalks. I do have a setup for no-till. I'm not 100% sure. I might no-till the other field over here, and we'll do a kind of a comparison to see what the best yielding actually is. Now, to be honest with you, Farm Sim, I don't think it really matters. It might, but we're gonna do a test. We're gonna do some tillage on the rest of our corn crop, besides that other field that I have yet to harvest, and we'll do a comparison, direct comparison. Oh, I'm missing some. I do have GPS in this tractor. I should be using it. And then the soybean crop, I'm not going to be doing any tillage on that. I'm just going to be no-tilling it right into that field. I might put corn in that next year. I'm not sure. I might do soybean on soybean for this next year, just because that's a big field. Soybeans yield quite a bit less. My goal is to try to get about the same bushels as I have, like for corn and for soybeans. Like, get about the same. I don't think we're gonna quite hit that for the soybeans this year, because I've already got almost 3,000 bushels in the bin for the corn. I think, yeah. Well, 2,200. I'm gonna probably have about 2,500 bushels of corn, and I don't know how big that field is over there. Let's see here. That's there it is. 25 acres. That's a 25-acre field, and I think I was averaging 85-ish bushels an acre. You know, we're gonna have just a slightly less amount of soybeans, but we should end up with about 2,000 bushels of soybeans. With some rough calculations, you know, I'm gonna have to account for some loss in there, but yeah, about 2,000 bushels. That actually won't be too bad. We should make decent money off of that. And maybe we can use that money towards our combine purchase in the fall. We can use our corn money towards a new truck and some cow equipment. We got a nice hay field out back of the farm, and I'd like to get some cows and start baling, get some beef cows. That way, that's just like kind of a steady paycheck in a sense. Once you get them raised up a little bit, you know, you get a decent little bonus for it. It's not a lot of extra work. It's just mowing the field a couple times a year, getting some bales, something to do in between all the crops. And it has some friendly animals on the farm. Why not, you know? You always got to broaden your horizons a little bit being a farmer. Find something new to get into. All right. I think we're going to probably call that an episode here. I don't want to make these too long. My goal for this series is to get in here, get some work done. We got some work done. We've got half this field tilled up. I will finish that off between now and the next episode. Of course, I'll have all the harvest done. Next time when we come back, I want to be selling corn. Do some corn selling. Maybe as we're selling the corn, we can make enough money to buy a new truck. Let's just do, if we get a decent price on our corn, I think we'll make about 100 grand, or actually more. That's on the cheaper side, and that's not all of our bushels. So between $100 and $150,000, we should be able to upgrade to that newer truck, that L8000, and that Mauer trailer. Maybe all my mods are not in this for some reason. I thought I selected them all. I must have been on the more conservative side when I was selecting them. So I definitely have some better trucks, so maybe I'll look for a better truck. I think that L8000 is kind of broken. It's not broken, it's just not finished. I don't think it's got an interior or anything, which is not the biggest thing in the world. This tractor really doesn't have much of an interior. But, and I don't really rock first person that much. And then, of course, we're going to be looking in. I might as well stop the tractor. And then, come fall time, hopefully we make good money off of our soybeans. I'd like to maybe get this axial flow 2-wheel drive version. Even this gleaner would honestly be a step up from the 7700. It's not a big step, but it's a good enough step. That's a pretty cheap combine. The CR9000 series. I think the axial flow 2-wheel drive would be a decent upgrade. I mean, it's got almost we can get it with like 300 horsepower. We can get a nice head on it, and it should be good. So I think we could have about another 100,000 into a combine, all said and done for headers and everything, and we'd have a pretty good farm. And then the following year, you can work at getting some better tillage equipment. The tractors I think are fine. I can always trade off the Oliver and the Minneapolis Moline at some point to put towards a little bit bigger tractor. We'll see. It's all in time. We got to talk about the future here every once in a while, just to keep the dreams big and keep the motivation there. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.